Hello there and welcome to Sylvia's Essentials Makeup Tips for the Blind. Those of you that are low vision out there, I hope you can see me. I'm in my kitchen once again and I'm going to do a video today with my breaded pork chops. That's fun to make and delicious. So I'm just going to show you how I do it, and then of course you can take from there your own ingredients and however you want to do it, but I'm going to show you the basics today. So like I said, I'm in my kitchen today. So right here I have a package of pork chops of 2 because that's all I need for me, and depending on how many pork chops you use will go by how many people you're serving for, whether it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, or however many. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rinse these pork chops off. It's always good to rinse your pork chops off first before you ever cook them. It just gets off the excess of whatever's on them. I have my heat pre-ovened already to 350. Most ovens, even ovens like mine that has the digital, more and more of them now are becoming digital based, automatically sets the 350. So I always use the 350 because that's just easier for me, instead of asking someone all the time, oh, can you help me set it to 250 or 345 or 400 or something like that. All right, so I'm going to rinse these off first. So you're going to hear me rinsing these off first, and then I will get to the breaded pork chops. All right, let me wash these off. I'm rinsing them on both sides in cool water. Just let the water just drain down with your pork chops in both hands, and just let the water just drain down, washing both sides and the sides of them too. Now the kind of pork chops I'm using are loin chops. That means they're bone in. I like these because to me, it just seems the meat is a little sweeter than no bone. Or boneless, I guess you could say. And I'm washing the second one off. Okay. Let the water just rinse them off. As they would say, a clean bill of health. And if you're someone that likes lamb chops better, it's the same thing applies. I like lamb chops too, by the way. A little more, both sides, cool water. All right, so I have a pan here, clean pan here, that I'm going to lay them on so I can wash my hands with warm water, dish soap, rub my hands together really well with my fingers. Okay, wash hands. Always make sure you should have some water run under your fingernails. I just have my natural nails, but if you have acrylic nails, it's always important. keep that in mind if you're blind, because we use our hands a lot, right? So I'm drying my hands off. Got my trash can nearby the camera here. All right. Let me throw the meat package away. Now I'm going to go back to it later when I'm done with this demonstration, but it's always good to clean your sink with hot soapy water after you deal with raw meat, rinsing off, whether it's chicken or whatever. Always good to clean your sink with hot water, dish soap afterwards. And your hands, of course, you know. All right, so I have glass dish here, or you could use a metal one if you have that. Always make sure your stove is clear. I have a fork here for later to turn them over, because the baking time with the breading would probably be a little longer if you're just baking them without the breading. I suggest bake them for 50 minutes at least. Okay, depending on your oven, all ovens bake differently, but I would say 50 minutes to 55 minutes for these. And then I would turn them over for the first time, 20 minutes on one side, and then 20 minutes on the other side, and then just check and maybe even test if you want to, a small little piece, see if it's all the way done. I mean, it'll be safe enough after 40 minutes to test it, but I'm saying if you like your pork chops a little more well done. All right. And then, of course, if you have a talking clock, talking watch, or Alexa, which is always handy to time your food. Or if you even have a braille timer. All right, so I got a gallon size Ziploc bag here. First, with clean hands. Remember, always wash your hands if you're going to use your hands, because I use my hands to feel everything. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to talk towards the camera what I'm doing. Okay, I have some pink Himalayan salt here that I just keep in a Ziploc bag, and I'm going to do 6 pinches. Just, if you're using a shaker, I would just maybe shake it 6 times in your Ziploc bag, but I'm going to pinch. Because I want to make sure that these pork chops have flavor, because they are thick chops. They're not thin chops, all right? Next, I'm going to put in my black pepper, just regular black pepper. I'm going to do 5 shakes of these in the bag. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, 4 will be enough for 2 chops. Next, I have my turmeric powder, which is good health-wise for your brain. And I also heard it's good for depression in some cases too, if you put it in your food on a regular basis. I'm going to do 1 good dab of that, because it is a fine golden spice, but healthy for you. And the pepper, excuse me, it does make me sneeze, y'all. So I'm one of them where you have pepper around me, I'm going to sneeze. All right, and then I have my garlic powder here. I'm going to do 4 or 5 shakes of garlic powder. So I got my garlic there. And then I have my breadcrumbs here with my spices. You can refrigerate or not refrigerate your This is just regular breadcrumbs. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to dab so much in. I'm going to feel to see if that might be enough for 2 pork chops. And I believe it is. You just have to like pour like so much. Feel your bag. Just remember what type of meat you're working with. And then you just go according from there. So I'm going to take 1 pork chop at a time. I'm going to put this in my bag here, drop it in, top of the Ziploc. I'm going to twist it around 1 time so I have a good grip of it. And then I'm going to do a shake and bake. Remember shake and bake? But this is with your own seasonings and your own spices. Doesn't come out of a box. You just want to shake that up really good. Then you want to go in, feel, make sure it's covered. And it feels pretty covered to me with the breadcrumbs. So I'm going to put this in my baking dish. And these are healthy chops. I'm actually going to need some more breadcrumbs. Hold on a second here. Pour some more breadcrumbs in. See if there's enough. Yeah, there's enough for 1 more pork chop. I didn't realize how thick these were. Okay, now I'll put the second pork chop in. Same thing. Drop, twist, 1 time around, take a good grip, upside down, shake. And of course you want to make sure your baggie doesn't have a hole in it. Because go figure, right? That could happen on a day where you don't expect it. Oh, you know, I got a bag with a hole in it somehow. And it could be brand new. Sometimes it happens. I've been okay so far. And I hope you're doing good out there. Going to be back soon to do another makeup tutorial for the fall, even though winter I know is in a couple of days. And of course, if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate it. It helps me on YouTube. That's why it's important to smash that like button. Show me some love. Okay, I think that's pretty good. I'm going to put this on next to the other one. Just want to make sure it's covered. And this turns out really good. So you get like that bready consistency. And it's healthier when you bake it too. Let me throw this away. I didn't have a lot of breadcrumbs left this time. Sometimes I do. I don't like really wasting breadcrumbs. Okay, wipe my hands again. All right. Throw this away. Okay, so now I'm going to put these in the oven, and like I said, these are going to bake on one side for 40 minutes. You want to make sure your oven rack is not all the way at the top and not all the way at the bottom either, and that's your top rack. All right? So anyways, Alexa, set timer for 20 minutes.
20 minutes, starting now.
All right, so the baking is beginning. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this video. with me making breaded pork chops using a gallon Ziploc bag, and showed you with clean hands that you can feel your spices. Like I said, as long as your hands are clean, and have your stuff neatly organized so you know where things are. I try to keep my spices right here on the counter next to me, and I try to keep them organized. And of course you can always mark them or use braille label maker to braille them, and different ways of you know, marking your spices with locator dots and stuff like that. Whatever, you know, helps you. Everybody's different the way they want to do things, organize things, and all that good stuff, all right? And again, I want to also thank you for the shout-out prayers out there for my mother. It doesn't help. I mean, it doesn't hurt is what I meant to say. And I'm praying, call and check up on her tomorrow, by the way. So I'm going to do that because she lives in another state. She doesn't live where I live. She's actually in South Carolina. All right, and I'm here on the West Coast. So, all right, so again, I hope you got something out of this video. Try this. Like I said, try it up to 50 minutes as soon as you turn it over after 20 minutes, and enjoy. All right, take care. See you in the next video. Thanks for joining me. And remember, you can do this. All right, God bless.